Hey guys, this is Coach Michele coming to you live from Atlanta. I want to drop some nuggets with you guys, some information. So many of you are looking, obviously, because you found me here, are wondering how do you get started in the home care industry? How do you start your business? So I'm going to give you some very simple steps where I want you to start. So yes, everybody knows you need to get an EIN number and all those things, and many of you may not. I'm not going to go from a legal perspective. I want to go even prior to getting an EIN, prior to getting insurance. First thing I want you guys to do is find out if your state is regulated. And when I say regulated, meaning is there a governing body or agency, right? Like the Department of Community Health, Department of Mental Health, Department of whatever it may be. Every single state is different. So I want you to find out if your state is regulated. And the reason why I start there, guys, is that so many of you are starting your business and you're doing a pretty good job starting the business. However, when I have conversations with you guys, I find out that you're in a state that's regulated. There are a few states that are not, right? So I can throw out a few: Michigan, Mississippi, Alabama. So, there's a few states, Missouri, and I can go on and on. There's a few states that are not regulated. However, a lot of you are coming from South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, right? Georgia and Indiana and all these other states, right? Illinois. And so many of you are starting your business because you're caregivers and you have a passion for it. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, I'm out here working for an agency getting paid, between, $8 and $15 an hour. And then you may have come across and said, wow, the agency is charging $22 an hour. So then you say, I'm going to boss up. I'm going to become an agency owner, and then you do it. And like I said, some of you are doing a really good job at starting out. However, there's so many other moving parts to just simply saying I'm a business owner. It's much more than just simply getting an EIN number and maybe a business license. So I want to make sure you guys are safe and you're doing it the correct way. So the first thing you want to do is find out if your state is regulated. If your state is regulated, then you want to find out by what agency or what department. And you can simply do that by Googling, right? So just go to Google, right? I call it Google University. So go to Google and type in Indiana home care license application or rules and regulations, and then it's going to pop up. You want to make sure that, because there's so many consultants out there, right? Myself and many others, and you want to make sure you pick the one that has like a .gov in it or like your state in it, right? So something like Oklahoma .gov or whatever the case may be, right? Or it may say the Department of Community Health. So, and then when you go to the site, you want to make sure most of them will have like an official seal for the state, right? So it's a site that is not going to charge you anything. So it's not a consultant or a consultancy firm. I want you guys to go directly to the department that regulates, or agency that regulates, the home care license in your business, in your state, for the home care business. And then once you find that out, most of them will have a checklist. So you want to look at the checklist and you want to print it out, and you want to make sure you understand what the checklist is asking for. There's a very few states that actually require a certain type of education to be an owner. So you want to make sure you meet the requirements. And then once you look at the checklist and you say, yes, I meet the requirements, and now I know what the steps are, then I want you to go back to that same site and I want you to print the rules and regulations for your state, for the type of business. It's very important, guys, for the type of business. So you're not printing for home health unless you're in a state that calls it home health, right? Example, Florida. Florida has multiple different type of agency types, right? So you can be an agency owner for Medicaid and not be licensed through the other companies or divisions or agencies. You can start a homemaker companion business, and you can do a home health non-skilled, and you can do a home health that is skilled. So depending on what state you're in, it may be called home health, but it's not often. It can be called an organization. It could be called so many different things. But if you type in home care, it will come up, right? And then I want you to get the rules and regulations like I mentioned. It's so important, guys. That is the law. That is the law. The rules and regulations are the law, right? So you want to make sure that you understand what the guidelines are as far as the checklist, step by step. But then you also want to make sure that you understand the law, right? So every state is different. Now, if you can't find it, then you may simply be in a state that's non-regulated. It means get your business up quick. Yes, get your business up quick. Meaning you don't have to pay a fee to the state to get a license, to go through the licensure application. Meaning you don't have to worry about surveys and all those different things. You just need to do the legal part of it, which is getting your EIN, setting up your entity, your business license. Not every state and county require a business license, guys. So that's something else that you have to research, right? So you want to make sure you get that information and then you set up the legal part of it as far as your LLC and all those other things that I mentioned. You also want to pay close attention because there's just a handful, maybe not even a handful of states, just a few that require you to have an office outside of your residence. So you want to figure all that out. Another thing, thinking about that, guys, some homeowners associations, some apartments do not allow a business inside of the community or inside of the apartment complex. So you want to check that as well. And if you're renting a home, you need to check with the owner also, because sometimes when you go to zoning to get your business license, guess what? They're going to ask if you own or rent. And if you rent, most of the time, of course, it can vary depending on where you are, but most of the time they're going to ask for a letter from the owner of the actual home. So you got to take that into consideration as well. And I want you guys to do all of these things before you hire someone. Yes, I'm saying that. Before you hire me, before you hire someone else, please do your due diligence, because there's nothing worse than paying someone $5, $10, $15, $20,000, depending on what consulting firm you go with, and then you not meet the requirements, right? Because it is non-refundable because you've invested in a service. So I always want people, before they come to us and before they go to anyone, even if they don't decide to work with us, I want you guys to be safe. I want you guys to get the right information, and I want you guys to spend your money wisely. So do your due diligence first. Don't just get excited and say, oh, I got $10,000 and now I'm going over here to hire this consultant. No, guys, do your due diligence. Find out if your state is regulated. Find out if you meet the requirements to go through the application, and then you can reach out for help if you need help, right? And let me see if there's anything else that I can think of that I want you guys to do. I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information. Those are the most important things that I need you to do. And I just reiterated those for you. So if you love the video, like it below. And also click the bell above to make sure you're notified when my next video drop. We also have an HCP tribe for those of you that already started your business. And even if you haven't started yet, I think it's also something great. If you know this is something you want to do and you're already in the process, I would say go to my site, which is myhomecarecoach.com, myhomecarecoach.com, and check out the services that we offer as far as our consultancy program. But I want you to also look at, if you already have your business, I want you to look at the HCP tribe. I'm super proud of this membership. It's extremely active. It's very, very inexpensive. It's only $7.77 to join, and then $47 a month after that. There's no contract. It's month to month. But I'm super excited about it, guys. We've only been doing it for about a month and a half. We launched it right before conference, a day before conference. And I'm super excited because there's so many people that are learning and taking their business to the next level, because I believe, and I always preach, collaboration over competition. Collaboration over competition. So it's super duper important to be in an environment, I believe, to be in an environment of like-minded individuals that do not mind sharing. And as a bonus in there, in this very inexpensive, which highly effective group of home carepreneurs, I do live training, guys. So I do live training. So there's just a plethora of knowledge and information that's being shared in this group. So again, just go to myhomecarecoach.com and you can check it out. So I want you guys to actually comment below, and I want to hear from you and find out what you think about you starting a business, if your state is regulated, what you found, any aha moments you had. And I would love to hear from you. So this is Coach Michele coming to you live from Atlanta. Take care. God bless. And I will see you on the next video.